has no survivability. His only survivability is that he's freaking zip-zap zooping at 800 move speed after the fight breaks out for 5 to 10 seconds. Last game, OG had Spearbreaker, I think, was their only stun on their entire team. And this game, I'm curious if Bloodseeker looks less powerful and overwhelming at the early stages of the game if OG were to get one stun and one hero that does a lot of damage during that stun, because that's what Bloodseeker's always suffered against. And as an offlaner, I think he could be lackluster if that's the case. But yeah, I'm still trying to figure that out myself.
But this is still pretty scary. Like, imagine this is your 3-4 right now, Windrunner being support. You get your like an early point in your shackle. Like, it's just, again, it's that setup needed to always punish any non-BKB carrying, like, well, not carrying, but innately core. Lifestealer, Juggernaut.
None of those heroes feel good if it's Wind Ranger and lane either.
No, exactly, yeah.
Because all of them are like pure right clickers, and Wind Ranger. You have to have a hero that threatens the Wind Ranger when she wind runs, or like doesn't have to commit onto her so that she will wind run. You can just hit her from a distance or throw a spell at her or something. But any hero like Jug or Lifestealer, where you have to literally run at her to do any damage, by the time you've gotten to her, she's like right clicked you 2 or 3 times, then you try to hit her and she wind runs away. So they do ban out Void as well as Sven as their safe laners that they fear. Ember potentially could be played safe lane. All 3 of those heroes have a way out of Rupture. Faces Void, Time Walk, you're invulnerable, Remnants, and Ag Sven. All 3 of those you are not going to take damage when moving. Maybe that's the idea behind those bans.
Does that telegraph anything that this is likely to be a Zai Bloodseeker again? Because you're proposing that there is some flex potential, even though it's a Wind Ranger and Bloodseeker, same heroes we saw last game. Oh boy.
Okay.
Against the Wind Ranger that was countering it last game.
All right.
Who is more stubborn, Puppy or Seb?
I think OG are clearly trying to prove something and clearly trying to at least, you know, tell everyone at home that we're not going to get dumpstered like we did, you know, in game 1 we were going to bring something. But when you look at the heroes right now Secret have, in laning phase, Bloodseeker counters Husker because you have that hill, you get to just exist through Burning Spears, you don't really care too much. And then Windrunner in the game, if it's a core, even if it's a support, Yapsel will buy Null, will buy MKB. The pure itemization from the Windrunner counters the Huskar. So I think that this Huskar pick is pretty darn terrible, and I'm excited to see it be proved wrong. Like always with OG, they always seem to find a way to prove wrong. But right now, I guess the adjustment that they could make, even putting it mid, you're against the Windrunner. Oh, I'm confused.
You're flabbergasted.
I'm flabbergasted. How have
That's fair. How about the ET? Does that change the equation instead of a Spearbreaker? Does that somehow make this Huskar even marginally?
Okay.
No, he doesn't change anything. It's the offlaner that's gonna, because like, Spearbreaker at least has some catch.
Like the reason for the ET, I was thinking more for like the more stable. You've got an active mid laner. You're true carry, you're trying to find farm on, you can be patient, wait for some timing, let Secret overextend, and then you punish. But with the Huskar pick, with the ET, you're forcing the aggression. And what does ET do against a Chen, for example? What does the ET do against Windrunner and Bloodseeker? It's more about, if you're defensive, ET is strong. But if you're forced into aggression, again, it's not so much. They got the Invoker now, a much more different hero like Drow. Last game didn't really do much, it just kind of existed. But Invoker, at least he can set some tempo and be a bit of an aggressor. But I'm just super scared about this.
But they're already revealing it being a carry again. Like they're not even giving it the flex of being potentially.
I don't think there, like, realistically there is no flex there, right? Like there isn't a
Huskar, you mean?
Yeah, there isn't a Topson Huskar scenario. So it is already shown as the carry.
Is there a Seb Huskar scenario? Or probably not.
Do they want to lose quicker? They are technically already qualified, but let's not even go down that line.
Previous panel had said that Matumbo Man could be playing literally any hero. He had the Anti-Mage in game 1. This time he will be having the Lifestealer. Still don't know who the OG offlaner is going to be, but Lifestealer, you had mentioned spell immunity as being something relevant. I think that was more for OG though.
It was, yeah.
Secret will be.
It's still very good here. I mean, like Oracle ET do absolutely nothing to rage. Huskar, unless he's already put the burning spears on you, does nothing to rage.
It's about the game plan though. Secret are presenting. It's the fact that they can like Chen can enable the lifesteal lane, and then he can pivot into the Bloodseeker when he has that like 8-minute Veil. You're gonna have a Chen army plus Bloodseeker Veil pressuring that tier 1 tower into that Huskar, whilst lifesteal as a carry naturally with levels, he cares about pretty much no rotation. He does not feel any pressure
Completely
in the game.
independent as a
Exactly.
hero.
So he can now just park himself in front of that tower and just you can play the entire map. And then Map2, when he has his items, he can then join the fight when needed. So it's very much for OG. This Invoker as well. How do you ever move to this safe lane and go, I'm killing Lifestealer? You don't, right?
Yeah.
Like it's
That's
impossible.
what Lifestealer excels at as a carry. A lot of people are like, man, this hero doesn't feel like it does enough damage. Like it's supposed to be a quote-unquote carry. What Lifestealer as a carry does is his damage output's going to be pretty decent once it gets 1 or 2 items, but mainly in the first 15 minutes, give him a decent start, and you can just act like for the sake of his own team's movements and play, they don't have to consider him at all. They can he'll just go wherever the hell he wants, and they don't have to protect him. No counter ganking necessary. And so when you have a hero like Bloodseeker, he doesn't want to TP respond to ganks. He just wants to play his lane and rupture people.
Seb has played ET offlane though.
I was going to say I've seen that.
Yeah, I have seen it.
4.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, why not? You know, if it's like, they're currently banning out push with the Furin, right? They could potentially just go for like a Shaman-esque 4, get a bit of push potential, put the ET3, and then at least then you have something to play around, right? You get to a tower, you put down the Serpent Wards, and you're fighting. Again, it doesn't feel nice to say, but I think putting that ET into 3 might at least open up the game for a healthier game, because you're going to have maybe a activated 4. Because right now, what Seb heroes are you think? Enigma, pretty darn good. What Seb heroes are you thinking right now that could actually
I like
change this
Slardar
game?
a lot.
True, yes, Slardar as well is pretty darn good.
They need a stun, and they need I think the stun plus giving some extra damage to their lineup is really important right now. That's why.
Is he not too slow though? Because like we just saw how Secret played this Bloodseeker. Minute 8, minute 13, in your face. Slardar does not like playing.
Well,
into that.
he's favored in the matchup against Lifestealer.
Sure.
So the idea is last game they had Anti-Mage versus Darkseer, so the lane's like, not only do you have the Bloodseeker kind of winning top or doing okay, but the bottom lanes of was a shit show where the Darkseer is low all the time, and so Bloodseekers are moving at 700 move speed at 5 minutes into the game. I think Slardar is a hero that not only is good against Lifestealer in lane, but it also counters the Bloodseeker in the sense that you get stunned and die within 1 or 2 seconds. The Chen is a bit scary to me whenever I have very little D-push. The Invoker represents like D-push in the sense of fighting you. They can engage on top of you with the Tornado into Stomp. But
is it pretty much guaranteed to be a Quaswex Invoker?
I think so. I don't know if I've ever seen Topson play Exort. I feel like he always plays Quaswex.
He dabbles in the arts.
Yeah, of course, if you're an Invoker player, you're going to play some or the other.
Yeah.
But I just feel like he plays 80 to 90%.
Okay, so now pretty much
Quaswex.
you put the winner on the mid, Bloodseeker's your
why
lane.
not,
You've
right?
got obviously the Yapsor Rubik. Normally Rubik's the one that they start the draft with, now slapping it to the end. For OG, they now have to decide how are they finding a timing and winning at least one lane. Because that first game, they didn't win any lanes. And at least this game, you'd argue the mid lane should go better with the Invoker. But what is their off-lane recipe to be able to punish a Chen Lifestealer when you already have an ET present in that lane? Is it by putting the ET core and just punching the Lifestealer to death? Maybe. Is it picking up... Okay, yeah, that is the answer.
Core ET.
Yeah, it's core ET. Called it.
Yeah, I wanted Slardar just because it also beats Lifestealer in lane, but I have to assume ET beats him in lane too.
It's a lot of slapping. The Chen unit's coming as well. It's the free damage. But...
No stuns again. It's Invoker, right?
It's it's a
rage.
high pressure situation in which if this ET doesn't have the impact that they think it will have in this lane, I think Secret will just walk with it again. But if this ET can at least apply some pressure to this side lane and then allow the Huskar lane that we know will go even and Bloodseeker favor to some degree, then I think it's going to be very scary. So a lot of pressure. This camera work should literally just be looking at the lifesteal of the ET lane. That's all I want to see. Maybe you dip into mid, but let's not bother looking at this Huskar Bloodseeker lane.
In game 1, we thought that the odds were a little bit too favorably stacked for Secret. Now, if we take away the team names and you see these 2 drafts after seeing how game 1 went, do you think this is fair, OG going back again for the Huskar?
The odds got better for OG.
Right.
Weren't they like 3.6 last
higher,
game?
yeah.
Who's betting on these
not-
games?
I'm not quite
did
sure.
nobody see that first
Still
game?
1-3.
I didn't even get to finish my mobile game. I think the Huskar is going to struggle again, personally. But in the last game, they had the Drow Huskar against Anti-Mage. If Anti-Mage got to 3 or 4 items, I favored the Anti-Mage.
Okay.
In this game, I think I actually favor OG later on. So
because
you get the
Huskar-
halberd against the Wind Ranger, and then Lifestealer, I think can be somewhat underwhelming as like a mid to late game carry if the game is even. So if they get there even, I like their odds. Last game it felt like they had to win lanes and they were unfavored in lanes. So I like their chances better here, but I'm not too optimistic.
Give me a team, T-Gov.
I like the adjustments OG made, but I still think Secret fundamentally have the answers to what OG are trying to do.
Perfect. Will we get a 3-game series? Which Twitter account will be more smug? Will Sir Ashman Slacks keep casting? Find out now for game number 2.
Yeah, I will, but I'm still maintaining the appearance of OD Pixel, so I'll stick like that for the rest of the series. Here we go. It's game 2, ladies and gentlemen, of OG versus Secret. We are getting some stubbornness in the openings of the drafts. We're getting Huskar again. I mean, what do you reckon, Fogged? Is this a better shot here from OG with their lineup this time around?
I do think it's a better shot. I think they actually have Thompson on an active hero. That was probably my biggest gripe with the last game. He's playing Drow. Sure, I've seen him play these type of heroes like his Vengeance and Drow, but he gets involved. I feel like Drow is a really hard one, especially if you die once or twice. You're playing versus a tough lineup. You're not very mobile. This one, it's his specialty. He can definitely make moves around. He can actually counter aggression too. Tornado to dispel Wind Run, to stop the speedy Bloodseeker, these kind of things. So I definitely do think it's a little bit better, but there's some untapped potential still. I think this Bloodseeker is still starting to be discovered. People are now looking at this off-lane Bloodseeker. I actually was hearing a little bit about it too, just talking to some people as well, and just hearing about the sustain, that you can just stand versus a lot of heroes now because of this off-lane, because the way that Thirst works. So that should be cool to see. And he's paired up with a classic. It's a Yapsor Rubik, his best hero. So we'll see what they can make of this as the battle commences.
Yeah, we'll see. Mid1 able to push Zai up to the high ground. Make sure that he doesn't continue to trade. Pretty successfully as well, though. You saw there, punching into the Huskar, how much damage this Bloodseeker can just do with the right click straight up early on.
Looks like it's going to be three runes for OG. And it is going to be that, my favorite hero, of course, that core ET this time versus the Lifestealer. Of course, shout out to our observer there.
Yeah, be sure to go check him out on Twitter, give him a follow, and send him your T-Tours.
For sure.
No,
but yeah,
shout out to him. He's doing an excellent job here at the Omega League. So.
This is cool the way that they're laning. They're actually setting up an aggro tri-lane with the Chen, it looks like here, and they're putting the Lifestealer lone bottom. Okay. So I think this is they can move the lanes around a lot. Puppey can also move people, of course, with the way Divine Favor works. You can actually just drag a hero if he doesn't want to actually lane in that spot, if it ends up being a tough one for the Lifestealer down bottom. But he should be able to get some decent sustain for the moment until that TP does come out. We'll see if they can actually apply pressure. I think they'll be able to apply more pressure in the last game with an AM versus Darkseer and Spirit Breaker. But Lifestealer is pretty good versus Elder Titan too. As long as the ET does not get creeps in order to actually amp up his aura, Lifestealer can just turn and hit him.
And this top lane, I mean, as we saw, from the draft, getting this Huskar early again, OG seemed very set on playing it from the one. I mean, what do you think the reason is from OG why they really want to make this hero work? Like, what do you think they see in this hero right now?
I think it's just because they have the Oracle. I think it's just they're thinking that it can work because of it, and maybe they're just trying to make it work and maybe forcing it a bit too hard, but I'm not too sure. I've seen this hero have mixed results, mostly failures, at least from this league so far, but gotta learn somehow, right? So definitely trying to experiment. Seeing this mid matchup, this is one thing where, it is a Thompson hero. However, this matchup is worse, actually, than the Drow Ranger versus Wind Ranger. This is a tough one for the Invoker early on. He's got to start building up his damage, though. He's going to be able to sustain because of the 2 points in Quas. So he'll recover as the lane progresses. But the first few levels are a bit tough.
Yeah, very hard to get the CS against this Wind Ranger.
Yeah. The Wind Run gets popped. Tornado dispel it very quickly so he can get some trades. And we're seeing bottom, they did sentry ward the small camp to ensure that Puppey can't abuse that one with his creeps. And they did actually allow the big camp spawn this time. They blocked it the first initial, but as an ET, you really want to have this side camp open. There. You want them to be able to get stacked up so that you can apply the pressure onto a hero like Lifestealer. Zai. Let's get the clip on the Blood Right onto mid one there.
Yeah, has to be a little careful. A few of the spears stacking up on him. I'll toss mid one to the side. Bottom lane, Puppey getting gone on. He's going to go for the TP out. He's not going to make it away, though. Seb will take first blood.
He's got the damage.
There we go. Punching Puppey down. This is, you can imagine, the sort of first blood that will give Seb the the momentum, the sort of the ego boost there. He's got first blood. He's ready to sort of show Secret how it's done this game.
I think that's a lane where you can't play for the last hits. You're an Elder Titan Grimstroke versus this Lifestealer. I think you just have to play for these crazy type of kills and moves.
Top
Mid
lane.
one.
And one is able to push him back with the disarm, but they chase him down, and now they turn over towards Notail. Blood rights out. Notail,
He's going down.
he's caught by it. They'll dive in, and Secret will claim both of their lives.
Instant salve by Yapsor onto Zai as well, and then tanks the tower. That top lane is not looking so good. Bloodseeker able to sustain, and that pure damage, it's nothing to joke about. Like, the thing is, like, what does Oracle really do? You can't even do anything about the damage because your W doesn't do anything versus pure if he did even go for a skill point early on. Lots of damage between these two. And he's gonna, looks like probably the same build, right?
I think
The Veil worked really well last time. It's not like he has as great of a like team
Sure, there's no
lineup with
timing.
it, but Rubik's good. Even Rubik's gonna be able to get some Grimstroke spells eventually. See 4-minute rune, rotations coming out. Both supports from Secret emphasizing this one. They really want to fill up Nisha's bottle.
Yeah, they're going to be able to do so. DD rune as well. Spawns on the bottom for Nisha.
And they can do these rotations a little bit easier because they have these strong side laners. This Rage built-in Lifestealer, this Thirst speedy Bloodseeker who's had a good start. They can move for those runes early on and not jeopardize their side lanes too hard.
Sure, like Matu's going to get pushed away from the
Pushed a
wave,
bit
but
away, yeah.
he's not going to die down here.
No. Unless he misplays, like, completely. Or they get an early point in silence. But now Saksa, he steps up a far.
Oh, Matu,
Whoa, the damage.
got to be a little careful of those punches from Seb.
The dispels. That creep, they have to kill it. You have to get rid of that one there. It can dispel both the Inkswell and it can also dispel the Astral buff onto the ET. So yeah, they have to make sure that they get rid of that one there. And they will. Mid one.
They're going to
The
start
damage is building
going
up.
in onto him. He nearly gets
Ooh.
blocked into it. The silence, of course, does still catch onto Notail. And Notail will get the kill in return, but he may die as well for this as Yapsor's hunting. Can he find the final right click? Notail duking it out in the trees, getting the Purifying Flame heal stacked up. He'll be able to survive that as he hides himself in the trees.
Looks like the pushback actually got Yapsor out of range to be able to lift and throw the Huskar into the Bloodrite for a second there. Ends up actually getting them a kill. And now bottom. I mean, Seb has actually forced out the Lifestealer.
Yeah,
So
all
that-
in all, though, 5 minutes in, definitely improvement from what we saw in game one from OG this time round, coming out solidly even across the lanes.
Yep. And we see, I think Yapsor maybe just snagged that from Nisha a little bit there. Nisha was pinging it, but either way, they got those bounty runes top. And we see Matu. He can safely TP back to base because he can just get raptured all the way back with the Divine Favor from Puppey. So keeps himself there. Shackle on the side.
All right, he's going to be able to find Notail. Notail turns with a disarm, but the two of them will be able to play around with him and kill him off. The kill for Nisha.
Yapsor didn't take the kill with Fateball. What the hell?
Yeah, I mean, that's when you know that Secret are trying their hardest.
Yeah, seriously, what the?
No kill stealing today from Yapsor.
Instantly ruined. Nisha does not get lucky guessing bottom. Thompson will be able to deny out the invis. Doesn't care about it. Already earned finished up for Thompson. And like we said, this game, Thompson on an Invoker, he can deter a lot of the aggression. Especially versus a hero like Wind Ranger, that you can dispel that Wind Run. So he can easily show up and counter gank or even set up ganks, because they also do have the ET with the Invoker. So we've seen that one earlier in this tournament in particular. Tornado plus Stomp, easily to land and set up those EMPs.
He's using the fort here to deny those extra creeps away from Nisha. Keep that pressure in onto him under the tower.
There's that little purge creep again. They have to, I mean, this little purge creep will make their bottom lane not be able to be aggressive at all.
Top Zai.
Top.
He's going to start playing aggressive as he hits 6. Drops the blood right down. Not quite in a position to kill off Notail, but the Fade Bolt is destroying mid one there. Gonna take him out again. Bottom lane, Seb trying to go in onto Matu. Puppey and Matu trading back though onto him.
This dispel, I mean, this creep, like he had a ton of astral stacks there from the creeps on the side, but it just gets dispelled off all that damage that he builds up. Matu's getting low again here. Here comes the creep to purge it off, but it might be late.
They're chasing in. Seb, he's diving for this one. Yapsor's able to TP in reaction, and Seb, he gets a little too aggressive there. Not expecting Yapsor
Purge creep
to be able to TP across. And as you say, Puppey with that micro setting up for Secret to find both of them down there.
Yapsor 6, it's 7 minutes in. Wait, what the hell? I guess that kill top really surged him forward there, but I mean, that's all right. Level 6 with Arcane Boots pretty much done. Typical Yapsor, even though he didn't secure the kill with Fade Bolt earlier.
And that was very ambitious there from Seb, that dive. He went in, and I don't think there's many scenarios where he gets out of doing that. I'm sure maybe he could have got Matu, like there was that chance, but didn't play out.
They tried for the cheeky play with that like silence coming with the Phantom, but wasn't able to get it. Nisha though, rotation from Saksa.
The silence, but Yapso's going to be able to break the combo initially. Thompson still has the Inkswell on him. They've got the nukes on. Tanisha back up from Zai coming in from the top lane.
Oh!
Straight away they pop the Invoker. They will lose the
Holy.
Wind Ranger. Zai's going to try and chase down Saksa and No-Tail. See how much more they can go for. There we
Stolen
have
Inkswell.
Zai leading in. Stun connects in onto No-Tail. Bloodbright's down. No-Tail will get hit by it, but the backup's here from Seb. And Seb will start to push the two of them away. Yapso's able to grab the bounty rune that had been left there for the last 3 minutes on the way out.
Gets his Arcane Boots completed because of that too, and he's being able to give Zai mana. So Zai in fighting form again. My god, the blood rate damage. That early on when he's already level 7, so it's 300 pure damage. It's the highest effective nuke in the game. Look at Soxy, he has to dance around here to try to dodge it. We'll be able to.
Maybe having a shot at killing off Zai here. They get the cold snap and the EMP. Zai needs help. It's coming in. Puppy with the TP. Zai is into the trees and he's away.
And he's speedy now.
Couldn't quite kill him there, the three of them.
Tons of moves coming out from OG to try to respond to Secret's advantageous start again into 3. And look at this, like Map2 now is able to get so much space out of bottom when it was looking like he was going to suffer maybe a tiny little bit, but now he's pretty much got the armlet done. And something that Elder Titan does not like playing versus is any of that plus armor as your aura. Sure, your astral works, but your actual natural aura gets countered as mid one.
Nisha's trying to catch on to mid one.
It's a freebie.
This is going to continue to just enlarge the difference between mid one and Matuma Man's game. Like,
Yep.
we're seeing the timing, as you say, on Matu's armlet in comparison. He's going to be able to do so much more at the point where mid one's not going to be quite ready to turn up to these fights.
Yep. The only way that they can get those type of kills there is if Saksa actually gets the Phantom from the tree line. If he does it out of like in fog and he gets the silence off initially, then maybe they can go for those connects, but not able to do so the last few times. Map2 will outclick him for the rune here. Nice try again here. He has the rage though.
Yeah, it's not a... You're never catching up to this Lifestealer now with the phase boots, the rage.
And now now he has the armlet done pretty much, so that much stronger. He needs just a couple more last hits and he will have it. Top forcing reactions, going for a dive here with the Fade Bolt, with the Blood Red as well. So much burst damage with this early Veil too.
And again, this early lead, I mean, 10 minutes in, but it's a 4K
again.
lead.
Yeah, and Thompson, like that one death actually costs him so much. Like he's down with the supports, with the Rubik, with the Bloodseeker, the offlane. His net worth is crippled a bit here. Keeping themselves top, keep applying the pressure. Mid one has to be so careful. If he's at like half HP or 3/4 HP as a Huskar, Blood Right, pure damage, a Fade Bolt, and a Stolen Spell, he's just dead. He actually has to move out of the lane and go farm some jungle now because of that.
I mean, and where is the power from OG in this game? In the first game, we were always looking towards when they'll be able to group up as 5, and considering that could have had potential, obviously.
He's gonna try.
They got too far behind early on. And
They wanted to try from the tree line. It gets dispelled instantly, though. The Inkswell, the Purge Creep again. Puppy always having the right one.
Yeah, the Alpha Wolf as well, giving that extra bit of punch to Map2.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing is really whenever Thompson wants to start moving with the ET, I think they have to set up some Stomp, Tornado, EMPs as Thompson. He's Ghost Walking, but he's being seen, the Thirst.
Ooh, he's gonna live.
10 HP.
And they'll be able to punish Nisha for that. TP's come in.
All right.
Keep Thompson alive.
Oh my god, he almost died because of the vision from the Bloodseeker. Ends up surviving, but they do lose a very early tier 1 bottom.
And the top lane.
Top 2 Zai.
I mean, he's got 1,300 gold on top of the Veil. This is a fair bit of money on this Soulflame Bloodseeker yet again. Mid lane, Matu's going to come in. Tried to set up onto mid one. Doesn't want to run back in, though. There's 4 heroes here on OG.
That is a scary steal. It is a level 4 Inkswell on a hero that has Rage built in. So Tornado, sure, amazing to counteract that Inkswell, but if he's raged, he can just beeline right through. Exactly. So I do think Secret's probably going to look to just fight whenever a fight does come to them, but this time Zai might get caught out pretty far forward.
No, just no messing around from
the
Zai.
silence. There's no cold snap because of the silence. He lives.
And they're pressuring the mid-tier 1 tower. Secret just finding any opportunity to take away these very early towers here from OG. No defense in the mid lane as that tower will fall as well. 12 minutes in.
And look at this now.
lead, it's only going up again.
Yep, and they're looking for action. Stolen Inkswell, they're very ready to look for these fights. They have so much damage in their draft now because of this early lead. Anyone they find will easily get brought down. All of OG, though, kind of responding here. Thompson is top.
Here we go. The catch is in. They've got the shackle shot. Mid one needs to save straight away. False promise comes out from No Town. Mid one jumps immediately over onto Nisha. They have the Inkswell stun as well. Nisha falling low. He'll go down. They'll get the Wind Ranger. As Map2 dives in over towards Saxon. Now turning over back towards mid one. The stolen Purifying Flames there from Yapsor, nuking mid one out of the game.
My God.
They may have got Nisha, but they lose 3 heroes for it. Map2 survives. His farm starting to get quite a bit ahead of anyone else in the game. This armlet into Deso is going to come out at a very good timing for the Lifestealer.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm seeing OG. They've queued up a Midas on Invoker. I believe I saw Midas queued up on Elder Titan too. It looks like they're going to take it, try to take it to the late game because of how this early game has gone. I mean, they're going to try to go for some farm build.
Do they have the heroes to do that? Who's the late game hero on OG? What's the potential in that sense?
I mean, it's the Invoker and the ET for the most part, but I mean, this Lifestealer has built-in rage. He's excellent versus these heroes as game progresses no matter what. Nisha does start to fall off a little bit versus them, but Lifestealer is definitely the one who reigns supreme for the majority of this game, if not all of it. Especially with this type of lead. And he's always going to get amped up, right? He's always going to have this Chen behind him to buff him up, and then Rubik stealing Grimstroke and Oracle spells. So, do feel like this Lifestealer still does reign supreme, even if it does go to later, but OG, they might have a different idea of it.
Smoke, yeah, from OG. And Secret are in OG's jungle right now. Scan comes out, so OG know the whereabouts. A Secret are positioned to fight.
Zai is very fast.
I mean, Seb's going to get ruptured straight up, so he's going to be held out to the side of the fight.
Okay. If Saksa doesn't die here, this could be okay with a disengage of GLG, but nah, he's dead.
Shackle setup. That's one down, and now it becomes a 4v5, and 4v5 that I don't think OG's going to want to still try and force.
No. Look at Matu. He's like it's the way he's playing. There's no risk because he's just so good versus every single one of the heroes on the side of OG. This rage.
Courier.
Oh, that's
it's got a Mithril Hammer, I believe.
Okay.
It's got the one up.
Nice little snipe there by Thompson as he's making his way to Midas a creep. And maybe the Midases are also for the Chen creeps, right? Maybe that's why they also want the double.
That's true.
Midas.
It is the Chen counter.
Yeah, I was trying to think of another reason.
A very expensive one.
Very expensive indeed. But look at Poppy. He's always having the Purge creep. It's so important when you have these type of dispels.
Oh, now he's got 2.
Versus Elder Titan. Even Oracle, too, it can be very good versus, and versus Grimstroke. Nisha.
There's a setup into the Bloodbride. Map2, he's straight on top of Thompson. Thompson just gets destroyed. No Tail doesn't even get a chance to use the false promise on him. As Thompson goes down, Map2 trying to run up to the high ground. Stacks are there with the counter players. They lead
He jumps
forward.
inside the infest.
Oh, he gets away. He's into Nisha. He's straight back out and he's ready to fight on. The false promise will get used onto Mid1.
But they're outnumbered.
They're down 2. Mid1's going to take so much damage through this false promise that he's going to pop as it comes to an end. Oh,
this is insane.
Oh, it's starting to look like a bit of a replay of game 1. 8K lead, 16 minutes in, 18-5.
They're just so good at looking for the right fights, and they've got a mech to counteract everything there already. OG, they're nowhere near that type of mech. They have the one save, they have the one false promise, but look at the way that Map's playing. We're saying he's playing with no risk, no care. He's just running through heroes, targeting exactly whoever he wants, and they lose Thompson at the start of it, so it was a fight that was near impossible anyway.
Oh, man.
I mean, Secret's just out of control.
Secret indeed.
8-0-8 on Yapsor as well, by the way, on his signature Rubik. 16 of the 18 kills. It's having an impeccable performance.
And just look at the damage split between the 4 of Secret. They're just in tune. Everybody's making plays on Secret. Everyone's getting equally involved. Yep. Like they're just all on the same wavelength, Secret, and it shows it.
Yep.
OG trying to get something together against this lineup. And for the second time in this series, it's just not falling into place at all from OG. It's falling all over the place.
No, it's the way that they're making all their heroes work together is why you see those damage numbers. Like the reason Yapsor's damage is so high is not only because he's Yapsor, but because he's got the Veil backup from his teammate, from that Bloodseeker, and he got given level 6 at 7 minutes. Like, he got
just look at it. He's level 12, and he's got his Blink Dagger on top of the Ether Lens at 17 minutes. He's nearly about to overtake the farm. Mid1 and Thompson.
Yeah, he's higher level than Thompson. They're now getting some time to at least hit a tower here. Finally, here on the side of OG.
The first tower that they've been able to punch really in this game, OG.
Zai quickly starts to deter that. Has a Yule's already finished up, and he's actually getting it raptured out, but he will actually, okay. He'll use himself to make sure he doesn't get hit so that he can get pulled away and ensure that he survives as well.
I mean, they get a tier 1, but they're losing a tier 2, and of course the all-important pre-20-minute tier 2, so now Secret If they can finish this with the availability of denying any of that 20-minute outpost XP from OG.
And there's already an MKB now on Nisha. So that Huskar, who ideally you want to be able to get a halberd at some type of time, evasion's already going to get countered heavily. And the damage, like we said, the Veil, plus the Blood Rage, plus that Focus Fire with an MKB is going to be crazy.
See Map2.
He gets the rage off.
And even starts to turn towards them there. Does realize that OG's got the full squad around and Map2 didn't quite have the backup in the neighborhood, so he's out to the side, continuing to go for this aggressive build. Armlet, Deso into the Basher.
Smoke by Secret. I think they're maybe going to try pressuring the base here. They're very strong right now, and they have Aegis, they have Deso, Armlet. They could catch people on the rotation. Matu holds his ground, walks to his teammates, does get caught by the stomp though.
He gets his Armlet back off though, and into Nisha. He's saved, and again, just Zai just putting down these blood rights, forcing this whole area where OG struggle to fight into.
So there's a smoke to put a base ward so they can see inside, and they're just actually going to look to sandwich them.
They're just wrapping around. Mid one, he's going to start to step towards them, but they just jump out, and immediately it has to be false promise. The shackle doesn't latch. Mid one's going to jump in aggressively, plays beam ruptured. He's going to take so much damage. Matu, he's been able to get to the backlines. The lift up there onto the Invoker, 3 dead. It's starting to look just as bad as game one, Fogged. It really is.
Most certainly is. Look at, and they even still had Hand of God. They did use the mech, but OG, they don't have anything to match this at all right now. Secret just, I mean, it's flawless play here. The way that they smoke and wrap around, they set up the ward too. This is just no mercy. And Matu with this just such a favorable hero matchup versus what he's against. He's, like I said, he just has no fear. He can just run into anything he wants.
My goodness, 21-5. I can't remember what the score got to in the last game, but I think it
was 30-something to 4 or something.
I think it was
5,
to
maybe,
5.
Yeah.
It's heading that same way yet again. I mean, some of these KDAs, as you were pointing out earlier, Yabs are 8-0-9. Insane stuff here from Secret, and we'll see what the comeback plan is going to be from OG. She said there are Midas online.
But they can't, like, their lanes are all going to be pushing into their side. And they have a base ward that's watching their movements that they do not know about at all. There's no way they'll ever find that base ward either. So they just saw them all walking out of the base, walking into their jungle. They know exactly, look at Matu. He knows exactly where they are. He's taunting them.
Matu doesn't care. He's just going to start going in onto mid one.
Oh, Stone Splitter.
He's just gone.
He's
There's not even a chance to save mid one.
Seb also.
They're just getting destroyed.
Matu wants him.
Is he going to keep going? He's going to keep going. Matu's in the base. He's in the base. Sanction's dying outside of it. Yeah, Matu will finally give up on the chase. Doesn't quite have the movement speed to continue to get him. Mid lane Thompson's out alone.
Oh, I mean, goodbye, Thompson.
All right. 24-5, 15K lead. We're really going to get 2 back-to-back games of this. This is just Secret. Just destroying OG on an outrageous level. There's nothing close about these games.
Look at this Lifestealer. He's Alacrity'd with Blood Rage. Look at all these buffs he has on him, and he even gets to survive, jumping away here.
Protecting that Aegis. And Zai, he's feeling it. Dagon's out. That's how you do as the Bloodseeker.
Sure.
Get out your Dagons.
You've got your max Blood Rage already, 30% spell amp. They're getting the grab.
One again, getting caught out. Matu's in it, he's dead again. Nothing can be done to save him.
They gotta be calling this.
They gotta be. They really have to. A Secret.
Holy shit. Like they are. It's really no mercy. Ink Swell onto 2. But he's so tanky already.
It's not gonna do anything. It's not. It's not doing anything at all.
No, it is not. And even the power shot through with the amp up. Are they gonna get this ET as well, Seb? He's trying to get away. He will be able to get away. I mean, maybe not. We'll be able to. Okay, he'll be able to get away. But he's forced back to the base. Secret, 22,000 gold lead. They're toying with their food now. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, are we sure Secret are playing on their main accounts? I mean, what's happening?
Oh, this is just I mean, it's impeccable performance across the board.
Yes,
They just don't make. They're not making any mistakes. And OG,
Yeah, at this rate,
they're falling into the traps.
the Smurf detection's going to kick in, and Secret's going to jump straight to the grand finals. This is
Chilling around the Ancients. He's going to open wounds for healing. Heal back up to full. Keep their pressure on the map. OG, they're trying to find some type of room, some breathing. Seb, desperate to find some farm, but now he might be paying with his life. As is that a boot to travel on the Rubik?
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay, clips him with the stomp, but he will. I don't think
Hey,
will
they got
find
Nisha.
Nisha. All right,
They got Nisha.
they got Nisha.
They got something. They got something there, OG.
And they instant smoked, looking for something else. Puppy knows though. His creeps scouted it out. He's pinging exactly where they were. They did at least get a kill here to punch back, but
They're going to need quite a few more of those. They're down 21k here at 23 minutes.
Matu is such Matu can just run at them. Look,
He's just taunting
he
them.
has 35 armor. Like, what do? Nobody
Whoa, look at that
can
damage.
touch him. He can kill the 3 of them probably.
Just run.
They have to reset and run away.
Oh, another kill.
Oh, so they find that's a lot of gold.
There's a rupture onto Thompson. They found 2. Thompson's going to go for the TP out.
Oh, No Tail gets left.
Oh, but he's out with the TP, and there's nothing to cancel it.
He'll survive.
Okay. A bit of a punch back here from OG. I don't know if we...
Oh, he does not survive.
No,
did he stick? He had 19 stick charge. Oh, he didn't pop the stick.
Oh,
I think if he popped those...
That may have saved him.
I mean, they did so much damage to him with the hits with the Deso.
True, that may have
Deso
not
AC,
saved him.
maybe not.
Yeah.
I thought the fountain region might be enough to actually heal him up, but oh my god.
I guess Matu just hits that hard right now.
Yeah, they're too big. Zai. They've got the detection, Thompson, the Dagon. He's dead.
He's out.
Then he buys back.
He's going to buy back. And Mid-One's going to try and turn. He jumps in onto Puppy.
Oh my god, Puppy's just, look at him just slowing him. Look at the Ghost Lady.
And the lift. It's holding him in the blood right. He's gone again, Mid-One. He's gone again. OG just pushed back up to the bay. Whoa!
Stolen life break.
Yapzor swagging in with the life break. As OG, they're just getting pushed back by the blood right. Shackle won't latch it. Secret playing around into the siege creep. Matu goes.
Another rupture.
Ready for some Carty action.
Oh, Saksa, he's been spouted, he's been found. Stuns the Cardi, but pays with his life.
I mean, they're getting Dagon now.
They're getting Dagon.
That's when it's rough. When you're getting Dagoned.
They just look at this, the blood rights to zone them away from going back to their fountain.
Zai's
by
just
Zai.
punching. They will turn.
The damage, the ET.
Zai on the run.
Oh, he's got Essence Ring.
He's away. There's no other
They
stomp.
get the
Gets him.
stomp.
Okay, and the setup there as well. Onto Yapzor, Mid-One. He's going to look for the kill. Matu goes in with the rage onto Mid-One. Mid-One is gone.
Jeez.
No save available from No Tail as the false promise is still on cooldown. No Tail goes for the disarm and the TP out back to base. Will make it away. Nisha able to finish them off with the power shot. As Thompson goes down, the bottom racks are claimed. 38-9. Over 1k a minute lead here. Yet again for Secret. 29k advantage.
And Nisha was trying to run away, and Matu's like, no, we're going in, not out.
I mean, they certainly are. No Tails out. Right up to the fountain.
Oh,
Nisha
God.
dives in. It's a
GG.
team wipe. GG is called. And not the once, but the twice. Secret. They just decimate them. It's not even close. It's not even close. I saw people say, you've got to come up for a new word. This is more than a stomp.